It's now time to shift focus to the WION Newsroom, where I'll be joined by my colleagues Adya, who's getting us all the insights from business, Nikita, who will be getting us the buzz from the tech world, and Athira, who will get us all the updates from sports. Let's start with the business updates. Adya, take it away.
Well, thank you, Shivan. Asian markets are surging and gold is eyeing a 2-week high. But the commodity on our radar today is oil. Now, oil prices inched up after hitting 1-month lows, but analysts warn the rebound is fragile. Brent is hovering around $62, with gains driven largely by softer US inventory signals. Markets remain fundamentally bearish as traders price in a supply-heavy 2026 and no clear demand catalyst. Now, sentiment also shifted after signs Ukraine may advance a US-backed peace framework with Russia. The deal could unwind sanctions on Russian energy and potentially pull prices down to $55. But the bigger pressure point for oil may come from what's ahead, and some have a stark view. Now, JP Morgan warns of a deep structural imbalance that could drive oil prices down by up to 50% by the end of 2027. Now, analysts say supply is growing 3 times faster than demand. Prices could average just $42 in 2027 as US glut alone widens to nearly 3 million barrels per day. With President Trump unlikely to curb drilling, the bank warns producers may face years of pressure unless supply adjusts sharply. Now, away from commodities, the US is battling economic dilemmas on the balance sheet. The government posted a $284 billion deficit in the month of October, up 10% from last year. Now, figures were inflated by a 43-day shutdown that shifted $105 billion of November benefit payments into October. Revenues hit a record $404 billion, driven by a 4-fold jump in tariff collections after new Trump-era duties. Now, but the real question is, who is paying this money? Tariff windfalls don't change the fiscal pressure or the picture much. They're effectively a tax on consumers and businesses, not a structural fix to the deficit. And in Asia, one of China's biggest property developers is crumbling under stress. Shares and bonds of China's state-backed developer Vanke plunged, reigniting fears over Beijing's property slowdown. Several yuan bonds dropped over 20%, triggering trading halts, while its Shenzhen-listed stock hit its lowest level since 2008. Now, renewed rumors that Shenzhen sought help from Beijing have split market expectations between a central rescue or none at all. Now, this sell-off points to a property crisis that remains far from stabilized. Well, that's a wrap from the world of business. Now, for all the tech updates, it's over to you, Nikita.
Well, thanks so much, Adya. First up, Singapore police have ordered Apple and Google to block the spoofing of government agencies on their messaging platforms. Now, under the Online Criminal Harms Act, the Home Affairs Ministry said that the order follows scams on iMessage and Google Messages, pretending to be from companies including SingPost, with authorities warning that such messages often appear indistinguishable from legitimate SMS alerts. Now, under the directive, Apple and Google must stop accounts and group chats from displaying names that spoof gov.sg and other agencies, or filter such messages. Now, both companies have committed to comply and users have been urged to update their apps. Next up, Warner Music Group has settled a copyright infringement case with AI song creation platform Suno, allowing the startup to launch licensed AI models next year. Rival platform Udio has also recently settled a copyright dispute with Warner Music and Universal Music Group, as labels seek to protect artists' work while opening new revenue streams in a rapidly evolving music industry. Now, under the agreement, Suno will introduce new licensed AI models to replace its current versions in 2026. And lastly, OpenAI expects around 220 million weekly ChatGPT users to pay for subscriptions by 2030, positioning the service amongst the world's largest subscription businesses, the information reported. Now, the projection represents about 8.5% of an estimated 2.6 billion weekly users. As of July, around 35 million users, or 5% of the base, paid for Plus or Pro plans priced at $20 and $200 a month, respectively. Now, the report also said OpenAI expects about 20% of future revenue from new products, including shopping and advertising features, after launching a personal shopping assistant this week. Well, that's it from the world of tech. Now, my colleague Athra will be taking you through some sports updates across the globe. Over to you, Athra.
Thank you so much, Nikita. Now let's look at the top sports stories we're tracking for you at this hour. We'll begin with cricket first. India suffered their heaviest defeat in Test history in terms of runs. World Test champion South Africa defeated the host by 408 runs to win their first Test series in India in 25 years. Chasing a mammoth target of 549 runs, India resumed the day at the overnight score of 27 for 2. But they were bundled out for 140 runs, with off-spinner Simon Harmer picking up 6 wickets. South Africa's only Test series win before this on Indian soil was in the 2000. This is India's second home clean sweep in 12 months. So what has the result done to the World Test Championship standings? With this loss, India have slipped to the 5th position. Their win percentage has dropped to 48.15. From 9 matches so far in the cycle. This also means that India now sit below Pakistan in the standings. Meanwhile, South Africa remains second with 36 points from 4 matches. Australia continue to lead the table, having won all 4 of their matches. Over to football now. Portugal captain Cristiano Ronaldo will be available for his country's opening matches at the next year's World Cup. This follows FIFA's decision to suspend the final 2 games of a 3-match ban for the red card he received against the Republic of Ireland. The red card was Ronaldo's first in 226 international appearances for Portugal. He served a 1-match ban in Portugal's final qualifier against Armenia. FIFA have put the second and third matches of those on under a 1-year probation. Pulled back years with a dominant Champions League performance. 18-year-old winger Estevao stole the show, outshining fellow teenage sensation Yamal in a 3-0 triumph over Barcelona. The hosts took a lead through an own goal by Jules Koundé in the 27th minute. Barcelona were then reduced to 10 men just before half-time. A brilliant strike by Estevao in the 55th minute doubled their lead, and Liam Delap sealed the win with a close range in the 73rd minute. It was Barcelona's second loss of the season. Well, with that, we have come to the end of the sports segment. It's back to you, Shivan.
Thanks, Athira, and thanks to Nikita and Nadia as well for getting us all those updates from the WION Newsroom. For now, that's a wrap on this bulletin. Short break. Stay with us.